I think we'd all say that that fighting or squabbling amongst siblings is pretty normal, but it's hard on parents, and it might be a little easier to deal with if you have the tools and know what and when you should intervene or how you should intervene. Ruth Buffum from Positive Discipline Canada here to talk to us this morning. Good morning, Ruth.
Good morning.
And I say that right up front, assuming that it's normal. Is it not normal for siblings to have a rivalry?
I would say it's more abnormal for there not to be sibling rivalry. There is kind of a range. You know, there's you hear situations where there isn't sibling rivalry, but that's really not the norm.
So when you have a couple of, we'll say young boys, for instance, I'm sure it exists in girls too, and they're squabbling all the time, and when is it normal and when is it past the point of, you know, normal when you should be dealing with it?
Well, I think when you have to become concerned is when there's sort of a bully-victim situation. That's not real common, but it can escalate into that. I think more importantly, it's important for parents to understand why it happens and to be proactive in their approach to it.
And why does it happen?
Well, there's all kinds. There's a lot of factors that come into play. But in positive discipline workshops, we talk a lot about how a child's primary goal is to find belonging and significance, and often they have mistaken ideas of how to achieve that.
Okay.
So if you apply that to the a sibling rivalry situation, a child may perceive that the sibling has more meaning and significance within the family, and so that they have to sort of dethrone that other person in their life.
Yes, I exactly see what you're saying. Classic example this weekend, if I may draw from my neighbor's family, which I'm sure they'd be thrilled with, by the way, to hear this. Great kids, 4-year-old and just under 2. The 4-year-old grabs the 2-year-old by the cheeks, doesn't know that that an adult can see what's going on. And starts squeezing, is really tormenting the younger one. And of course, the younger one goes off, and then the older one thinks he's scot-free until he realizes he's busted. So that's semi-normal, but he's, I think, thinking that the young one's more important in the family's eyes. Is that what's going on?
That could be. With preschoolers, it's often that they do feel dethroned, like a new baby comes home and, you know, suddenly they aren't the center of attraction. Or
so what would a parent do, Ruth? Like, what is the best way to deal with that?
Well, like I said earlier, being proactive is so important. You really want to involve your kids in the solution, involve them in, okay, what happens when, you know, you're having conflict. And then for the most part, you know, if you're proactive, you teach these things, positive discipline advises parents to just kind of back off at the time of conflict.
Okay.
That sounds pretty simplistic.
It does, but it makes sense. If there's one tip, maybe that was it, but if there's one tip that you leave people with this morning that are going, oh my gosh, my sons are going to kill each other, you know, what would you tell them?
Definitely focus on solutions.
Yeah.
And that's where the proactive part comes in.
Yeah, don't ignore it.
Right.
All right, Ruth, appreciate you talking about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We can all relate to the topic for sure. Ruth Buffum, our guest this morning. If you'd like to learn more about Positive Discipline Canada, you can check under links in the news on our website, globaltvcalgary.com. And for more great parenting ideas, always pick up a free copy of Calgary's Child Magazine. It is available at all McDonald's restaurants, schools, and sports facilities across our city.